is the future of money? Surely you have money in your company account, you have personal account, you have credit card, and you have money in your pockets. But when was the last time when you asked yourself the question, what is the future of money? How you, as a chief executive, can take a very informed decision about the future of your company if you don't know what is the future of money. I've seen so many companies which are struggling with the cash flow they have right now, kind of blaming the market and the time is difficult and there are not many customers and so many things and excuses why the cash flow is so low. I've seen also companies which put aside money as a reserve, but they're kind of like thinking what to do with this money. They are putting it in a bank account and the return on investment is not that big, but they also want a very quick access to this money. So to be able to know the future of the money, you also need to know the past and the history of the money and all the big major gaps in the human story. Human beings start using money about 40,000 years ago. And they were all in the shape of coins made of metal, like gold or silver or any kind of metals. And from 40,000 years ago, there was a massive gap until 618 AD, when Chinese people start using notes in their daily life. And again, there was a massive difference between 618 AD and 1695, when Bank of England was the first bank which actually did a permanent issue of banknotes. The notes what we know today, but that was the first permanent issue. This massive gap, 40,000 years ago, 2000 BC, 618 AD, and then 1695. Think about this massive gap when nothing major with the money happens. But after 1695, for the next 300 years, what happened was that the shape and the form of money changed in a way of cash, checks, overdrafts, bonds, loans, savings, just name it. There were different shapes of the same money, but they were also taking the different way of payments as well. And then there was this gap until 1959, when people created the cash machine, something which we are so used to right now, to go around the corner and draw money out. But that wasn't actually created until 1959. Then in 1970 was also a major time when the very first payment system for the banks was created. Before 1970, frankly speaking, the banks had no clue and they were completely blind what was happening between the branches and the central, between the different banks. And it wasn't until 1970 when they changed that. Again, a big jump in the gap where until 2000, the beginning of 21st century. But in that gap in between, there was a lot of financial crisis. I'm not going to go through the financial crisis, but what happened during this time was that the non-banking institutions were created, like insurance, reserves, and pensions and hedge funds and so many different non-banking sectors. And then in 2000, the first decades of 21st century, something different happened, and that was the internet banking, which completely changed the face of the whole history of money. Because it was only 19 years ago, or 9 years, between 2000 and 2010, when the banks start actually offering internet banking and people start moving and transferring money between countries and between banks and from one account to another account and start doing payments just like this. I'm going to step back a little bit, because in 1983, something else happened. It was the year when the first cryptocurrency was created. But it wasn't until 2009 when the first very decentralized cryptocurrency called Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. But what is interesting with this Bitcoin is that they're using an open source code software, which now is used with majority of the cryptocurrency. And the reason why I'm saying this for 2009 is because since then, and this is only 10 years, now listen very carefully, just for last 10 years, we had 4,000 cryptocurrency created. As a comparison, we have 180 physical currencies used by 195 countries. Compare 180 currencies with 4,000 cryptocurrencies. Yes, majority of them died. Majority of them are not doing very well at all. But it is a fact that within 9 years, all this happened so quickly because the technology is now a lot more advanced. Now, why I'm saying all these gaps, because between 40,000 years ago and 1695, when the first bank was created, and then let's say 2000, when the internet banking was created, you see how in a short period, actually, everything changed completely. Now we're using mobile phones to actually do all the internet banking, and we can exchange money just like this. And I can tell you, in 2014, the first ATM machine was created for cryptocurrency. So for those who are thinking cryptocurrency is not something which is realistic and like, I don't want to know about it, think twice again. Now, I'm going to take the whole history of money and put it just for a moment aside, because I want to tell you what's happening on a global picture in a slightly different yet very close market. Facebook, a massive company, yes, everyone knows about Facebook. But what has happened is that last year, Facebook decided to do a slightly different service. There's another app in China called WeChat, and it's used for text messages, audio, video messaging, and payments. So Chinese people could do payments through their chat application for more than 1 year now. And Facebook took this idea, most probably not from there, but still, WeChat was the first application in the world. And they basically took the service to be able to do payments through WhatsApp and put it in the biggest market they have, which is India. They've been testing it for 1 year now for more than 1 million users. Now, they're going through a lot of talks with the government, with the banks, to make sure that everything is around data security and privacy and data storage is perfectly fine. And they will succeed. But I want you to think for a little bit longer here. Once they succeed and they launch WhatsApp for payments in India, we're talking about 400 million users which are using in India WhatsApp. Now, I'm gonna bubble the WhatsApp story just for a second, because what Facebook in addition is doing is creating their own cryptocurrency called Libra, and it's based in Switzerland. And as much as the senators in US are calling this delusional, and some other senators are thinking that the law about cryptocurrency is not good enough and they need to do a lot more tight law and taxes around cryptocurrency, Facebook is already having Libra as a cryptocurrency. Now let's add Libra next to the WhatsApp, because there is a little bit more news, and again is Facebook. They own another application called Instagram, and in May 2019, the Instagram actually launched completely different products which completely changed the shopping experience and the retail market for stock, physical stock. Now users can go to Instagram and without leaving the application, they can buy anything. It is not available for all the countries. It's for US, it's for most of the EU countries, but it will be very soon launched for majority of the countries. But think about this. Instagram, which has 1 billion users, can now do direct payments through the app, and the businesses like your business can actually jump on the application and start selling as this is one of the platforms which at the moment is forecasted as the future for all the retailers and physical stock. Now take Instagram together with our bubbled story about WhatsApp, Libra, add Facebook itself as an application. WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram in total has 4.91 billion users around the world. Of course, these users are gonna be the first users which are gonna jump and buy Libra cryptocurrency from Facebook. But what's happening with the rest of the big players? Amazon. For the last 2 months, Amazon bought several cryptocurrency domains. Of course, Amazon is going to step into the market for the electronic money and digital currencies, which is also called altcoins, alternative digital coins. Kind of logical. But I want to take you to something different what Amazon is doing. They started a store called Amazon Go, where people can go and they can buy milk and eggs and flour and anything what they need. And the whole shopping experience there is that it's not even, it's so fully electronic that people don't even take their wallet out. So at the moment they go in, they pick up the stuff and they leave the store. There's a lot of technology behind. There's cameras, NFC technology, RFID technology. There's shelves having a very specific technology to know the weight for the shelf, so they will know what is picked up. They have applications, so they will know who is shopping, etc. So all this technology backed up makes the whole experience completely effortless. And that's where my question to you is, yes, your business right now is completely fully electronic, most probably, as you're paying through bank transfer your suppliers, you're paying your employees cashless through bank transfers. So there's fully electronic version at the beginning of the whole business process. But how is the end of your business process? How do you get the money from your customers? Is it still cash or is it cashless and fully electronic? And if it's electronic, which version of the electronic money you're using? I want you to remember this, that if the big players are choosing to close this circle and add the whole cryptocurrency and digital money, then where are you and where do you lead your company towards? For me, the future of money is fully digital. And I think that in the next 5 years, a lot of countries are going to stop using cash and they're going to start completely doing electronic digital money. Now think how you can change your business so that it can be effortless for your customers, cashless and fully digital. Thank you for watching. I'm Biljana Georgieva.